Why do you need to have motivation when it comes to being an entrepreneur? I don't know, little peep. We're gonna talk about it though. Motivation is gonna be the one thing that saves your damn business. Trust me on it. Let's go.
What's up, guys? This is 𝗏𝗏𝗥𝗡𝗏, and you have reached the Roughnecks Ecom channel. If you want to learn how to make money online or offline, then you need to be right here. I'm a 7-figure Amazon seller. I'm also an honorably discharged Air Force veteran. Graduated from Penn State and started a career as a software engineer and leveraged that to build my businesses. If you guys have any questions on how to make money, you're gonna find all your answers right here, so stay tuned.
So when you first start off in entrepreneurship, you're all bright-eyed and bushy-tailed and you're feeling good and you're like, yeah, I'm gonna make so much fucking money. Not necessarily. You're not gonna make a ton of money. You're more than likely gonna hate a lot of things and you're gonna lose a lot of the motivation that you had from the beginning. Okay, day one you start, you're like, yo, you're getting all this stuff done. Day 6,000, you're like, oh, this sucks, you know. I haven't had my breakthrough yet. Things are terrible. You don't want to do it anymore. Okay, you need to stay motivated, guys. You have to stay motivated, and it's not something that someone externally is going to give you, because Lamborghinis, GTRs, the Trackhawk, like all this stuff that I have doesn't keep me motivated. What keeps me motivated is doing better every single day and promises that I made to people that helped me along the way. And we're going to get into that because that's more personal, and I'm pretty sure you guys would definitely want to hear that and on why I hustle as hard as I do. But you have to be the type of person that can self-motivate, that can self-start on a daily basis, because entrepreneurship is very, very difficult and it's time-consuming and it's not glamorous, not even a little bit. All right, you're probably gonna hate it the majority of the time, and here's why. Entrepreneurship is probably the loneliest road that you're ever gonna walk in your entire life. And what do I mean by that? Not because I'm not saying that because you're not gonna have friends around you, you're not gonna have, you know, associates that are gonna push you along, you know, along the way. I'm saying that because you have to depend on yourself and you have to be able to rely on yourself to get the job done, because no one's going to do it for you. No one's going to grow your business for you. Like all these people who get into drop shipping, they're like, I'm going to hire a VA and they're going to grow my business for me hands free. No. Okay. If you don't know how to run that business, it's going to fail inevitably because they don't have all the keys and neither do you. Okay. It's going to be lonely. You're going to have to figure out a lot of things on your own. You're going to be by yourself, you know, while your friends are out partying. You know, like all these people out here on the Temple campus, man, they're enjoying their lives. They're having a good time. But, you know, you're not going to be able to do that. If you want to get ahead and get to the next level, you're not going to be able to sit around all day and paint or just relax, because you're going to be too busy grinding, too busy hustling, trying to build your business. And it's gonna just crush you. It's gonna crush your spirits half the time, where, you know, everyone else is having so much fun, or it seems like they're having so much fun, but you're just stuck. You know, you're lost in the sauce. Okay, and it's gonna hurt, you know, and it's going to hurt a lot, because people are gonna stop asking you to come hang out. Your friends are gonna stop asking you to do anything. You know, you're not going to get near as many text messages. You know, people will probably start dropping off your friends list on Facebook and IG. You're not going to be getting near as many snaps. You might not even be included in a group chat. They might even start a whole new group chat without you, because you're not going to be the one that is the life of the party anymore. So you have to be able to self-motivate. You have to be able to take all of that, ball it up, and then just toss it out and be like, you know what, I'm working towards something bigger and working towards something better. When I first started, I didn't have that. I didn't have anyone to kind of show me the ropes or tell me what I should do. I just had to figure it out on my own. And I was broke, guys. I was so damn broke. I had no money. I was sitting there trying to go donate plasma, and I tried. I wasn't always successful, because they would see me at these different plasma banks and I would be donating plasma in order to just buy diapers. You know, so talk about, you know, being disheartened all the time. I'm like, shit, half the stuff I'm trying, like, I'm not making any money with. I'm barely surviving. I'm barely scraping by. Like, why am I doing this to myself? Why even try? Like, I should just stop while I'm still ahead. And there was no one there to pick me up, you know, and say, hey, you're doing a good ass job. You know, you're gonna make this work. I had to sit there day in and day out and hustle and figure out how to do it on my own. And while it wasn't necessarily fun, it taught me a lot about being a self-starter, being a self-motivator. And then there was a lot of experiences that happened while I was in the military, and we're going to get into those because that's really the reason why I hustle so much. That's really the reason why I hustle so hard. You know, while you'll see some people, and they just seem to be having a fucking baller ass time. You know, they're driving Lambos every damn day, they're doing all types of crazy shit. It seems like they're never working. You know, and that's true for the most part. A lot of them just don't work. They just kind of hang out, and they got real fucking lucky, and it just worked out for them. But that's not how all of us started off. You know, not all of us came from rich families. Not all of us, you know, had the opportunity from the get-go. And I'm going to kind of share my experience as far as motivation and why I hustle so hard. So let's go. A lot of you know that I was in the military. I was in the Air Force prior to this, did some cool stuff, got to see the world, did all types of crazy things, bad guys and all that stuff. But what you guys don't know is that those experiences helped me become the person that I am and helped me get to this level. I never in my life, if I hadn't been in the military, there's no way I would have been able to do hundreds of thousands of dollars on Amazon or any of that. I would have never been able to make any money online, period, because I wouldn't have had the motivation. You know, I was young, I was foolish, and I didn't know what I didn't know. Now I do. And a few of the experiences like would traumatize a lot of people. Like I have PTSD because of it. Like, you know, most people don't even know that because I hide it so well. But, you know, it's something that I have to live with, and it's something that helps me get out there and helps me be better every single day. So it's something that me and my man Dino, you know, my partner over at Speed Circuit, you know, something that we actually talked about over the weekend while working on my Evo. Shameless plug, check out the links below, man. Check those out. You know, you can see me on social media, but you know, we were talking about it, and it was like, you know, we were just talking about motivation and where it comes from and all that. And, you know, I try to relay some of the experiences where, you know, a lot of the people, I can't say a lot of the people, a few of my friends, you know, paid the ultimate sacrifice. And there was a situation where I was complaining and I didn't want to go do my job, essentially. And my inability to do my job inadvertently got some people hurt, you know, and killed. And you know, that's something that I got to live with, right? That's something I got to stick with, that sticks with me every single day, because, you know, it's like, how do you go to someone's family and say, hey, you know, your son's a hero, here's medals and a flag, but my inability to act, you know, is why you're getting a flag and not, you know, getting hugs from your kid, right? And you know, that's something that sticks with me every single day. And because I didn't want to go do something, because I was like, oh my God, you know, I miss my son, you know, like whining like a little baby. You know, I essentially, you know, someone paid the ultimate price, and nobody knows how it would have turned out. You know, maybe nothing bad would have happened, maybe everything would have been fine, but because of my inability to act, you know, things did happen. And I look at that every single day, and I'm like, you know, there were so many people along the way that helped me, that wanted to get me back to my kid, that wanted to make sure that me and my son were okay. How could I not work hard every day? How could I not grind? You know, and I made promises to these people, you know, when I got ready to get out, because I just didn't feel like the military was going to help me get to the financial level that I'm at now. And a lot of people laughed, you know, they were like, what are you going to do? You know, you don't have any skills, you know, you're going to fail, you know. And there were so many people that, you know, that it helped me. You know, some people gave the ultimate sacrifice, they paid the ultimate sacrifice. They gave up their lives so I could do this. And, you know, I look back on that and I'm like, you know what? I promise you guys, every single day, no matter how bad of a day I have, no matter how shitty it is, no matter how terrible it is, I'm gonna wake up and I'm gonna be great, and I'm gonna do something great. And a lot of people take what we do for granted. You know, you'll see a lot of guys in the influencer space, a lot of guys on YouTube, a lot of guys on Instagram, you know, flexing. You know, they don't know what the ultimate sacrifice is, because they've never had to pay it. They've never witnessed someone pay it. You know, that's why they can live their lives so carefree and turn on the grind switch when they feel like it and turn it off just as easily. You know, I don't have that luxury, because, you know, I made a promise to a lot of people that I would do better, that I would be better, that I would take that opportunity and I would grow it and do something amazing with it. And, you know, it's something that sticks with me. Like, you know, even my family, you know, my cousin, man, I looked up to my cousin Ken for so long, man. I remember when I was just a little thing, man. I was, you know, like 6, 7 years old. He's older than me, you know, he's grown, he's like 10 years older. And I remember when I was just a young thing, man, I was like, yo, Ken, where you going, man? And he would, yo, don't worry about it, little guy, you know, I got a lady friend coming over, man. He used to be out there driving the coolest cars, had the coolest haircut, wore the coolest clothes. He'd be like, yo, man, I got a lady friend. We'll go hang out. And I'm like, I want me a lady friend. Yo, how come I ain't got no lady friends? And you know, now, you know, through his time in the military, you know, he has PTSD really bad, and he doesn't have the opportunity to do what I do every day. You know, he can't really function in normal society. You know, he can't really go out to the store. You know, he has a lot of, you know, complications because of the PTSD. You know, he's a paranoid schizophrenic now, and you know, he has to be, you know, watched over because of it. And this is a guy that I looked up to my entire life. I wanted to be just like him. I was like, yo, he's the coolest person on the planet. And now he can't do what I'm doing, so I have to make sure that I do it for him. You know, my friend Will out here in Philly, you know, he has his good days and his bad days. You know, some days are worse than others, and you know, he wishes, like, you know, we had this conversation, he wishes that he could be out there, you know, in the everyday world doing these things. And it's tough, you know, it's tough to see him go through that, because I could be that way, you know, and people ask me all the time, they're like, well, how come you're not a freaking psycho? Like, how come you don't have all these issues? And the only thing I could think of is that I have all these people depending on me. All of this shit is riding on me to get right. I don't have a choice. I got to keep my shit together because there's nobody else to do it. And you know, that's how I grind every day. That's how I wake up, and I'm like, you know what? I don't give a shit if I'm having a bad day. I don't care what's going on. My booty hole could be on fire. I could be having the runs and can't do nothing. But guess what? I'm gonna get out there and hustle every day. I'm just gonna wear a diaper, you know. And I think that's something that a lot of people need to find. You guys have to find something that motivates you, and find something, and not something surface level like, oh, you know, a Lamborghini, I want a GTR and all that, because I got that shit. You know, that doesn't motivate me. I had to dig really, really deep and look at the big picture, and look at my friends who are no longer here. You know, look at my family who have problems. You know, look at my friends who can't function in normal society. You know, who have to go to the VA hospital and have extended stays because they're no longer able to think normally of what we would consider normal. You know, and that's where my motivation comes from all these people that can't do it. You know, I'm the one that does it. You know, so I do it for them. You know, and for you guys, because a lot of you guys will never get to this point, and I hate to say it to you, but a lot of you guys will never know what it feels like to do $500,000. You know, you guys will never know what it feels like to look in your bank account and have 50, 60, 70 grand in there. You know, and that's not because you aren't good, it's just because you're not necessarily meant for that. And for the people that aren't meant for that, I got to make sure I do my part to ensure that it's not a wasted opportunity on my part or your part, right? So let's go ahead, let's close this out. So in short, guys, man, you're really gonna have to figure out what motivates you, because I can't motivate you. I could show you all the money in the damn world. I'd be like, yo, I got diamond teeth because I worked so hard. They ain't gonna motivate you. I mean, not unless you want diamond teeth, which I don't necessarily recommend. But you know, you're gonna have to wake up and dig real deep. You know, I had a lot of external things happen that kind of forced me to dig real deep and do better for everyone. Like, and I'm not perfect, guys. I still fuck up all the time. You know, it happens. You know, but for the most part, like I'm generally always grinding. You know, I'm always working hard. I'm always, you know, trying to fulfill my purpose for the people that can't fulfill their purposes. And does it suck some days because I put so much pressure on myself to be better? Hell yeah. You know, it sucks. But it helped me get here, and it helped me to be better. You know, like, I mean, even in my personal life, like my personal life, when it comes to like dating relationships, yeah, I could definitely use some help in that area. But when it comes to like my parenting and things like that, my motivation to be better spills over into that, because I want my kids to be better. I want them to do better than what I did and what I'm doing. I want them to have every opportunity to go out there and solve, you know, problems for themselves, you know, be stand-up citizens, you know, pay their taxes, and just generally be better than their debaucherous dad, right? I mean, they don't know all that, but you know, maybe one day. And I just, you know, I sincerely hope that everybody has that opportunity one day, that everybody goes out there and whatever motivates them, you know, gets them out of bed to go be better, go be great, because everyone can be great. Doesn't matter what it's in. It doesn't necessarily have to be in drop shipping or e-commerce or coaching or you know, running people's Amazon. So it doesn't have to be any of that. I mean, shit, you could be the best underwater basket weaver on the damn planet. You could be the best bird caller. You know, you could be the best hairdresser ever. You know, just go out there and be great. All right. So with that being said, man, You know, be safe, be smart. Check out the links below in the description. Please, if you haven't done so already, like, comment, subscribe, hook me up with that, you know, for this algorithm. I'm gonna catch you guys in the next one. Peace out.